So that lots. So welcome everyone. My name is Rachel Garcia, and I'm going to be sharing some information with you tonight that I know has the potential to possibly be life-changing for you and your family. It was absolutely life-changing for my family when we looked at this back in 2008. Yes, 15 years ago. So at the time I was working full-time as a physician assistant. I had two small children. They were 9 months old and 3 years old. My husband and I had just invested $100,000 in two separate companies. We had opened a construction company and a skincare retail store. He was working full-time as a construction estimator. I was working full-time as a physician assistant. I saw 60 to 70 patients a day. I wrote 200 prescriptions a day, and life was really busy. My nephew, however, had just been diagnosed with severe autism, and I had learned sitting with my sister at the doctor's appointment that the doctor told us he would never speak. He was totally nonverbal. He screamed all day at the age of 3 years old. We could not communicate with him. He was not potty trained, and the doctor said he would never be potty trained. And I had a lot of questions. I have a master's degree in clinical medical sciences, and I began doing an extreme amount of research, not Wikipedia research, not Googling research. I was logging in to Medline, Medscape, reading published studies on autism and what they thought it was. And I began to understand the extreme importance of nutrition. That was not taught to me in medical school. I was taught about the importance of writing pharmacologic medications. In medical school, I was not taught about the importance of nutrition. So it was like opening Pandora's box. And I began trying really hard to get good nutrition in my family's body. I was buying the expensive supplements. I had the expensive juicer. We had the organic garden in our backyard. We weren't seeing changes, but we didn't expect to see changes. And so when my brothers called me and said, "Hey, we have something we want you to take a look at," I'm just going to be honest. I said no, not even knowing what I was saying no to. I said no because I was overwhelmed with life, guys. I was overwhelmed. Got maybe 4 hours of sleep at night. I felt behind in everything that I was doing. My children called our nanny mom, and I was struggling. And they said, you don't have to do it, but just know what you're saying no to. And we know you're really into nutrition. We'd love to get your feedback on what it is that this company offers. That made sense to me. So I agreed to watch their presentation, fully expecting to say no. But within minutes, I heard we have to cleanse our bodies of the toxins we're consuming. We have to get balanced, get our pH, help our pH to be alkaline, pour plant-based nutrition in. And I knew this to be truth. I knew it to be truth because of my nephew's recent diagnosis and the research I've been doing. And I said, this is good. I started comparing what they sold through this company that had been utilized in a clinical practice for 30 years with patients. 30 years is a long time. I knew I couldn't out-research that. I started comparing their supplements to what I had. What they had was better. They said, I'm in. Give me everything they've got. Started with their family package because I wanted not just for me, I wanted it for my kids and my sister and her son, my husband. And we got started. We jumped in, and results started happening in a week, guys. Like, my horrible sleep issues resolved in days. My son's horrible constipation issues resolved in days. 6 weeks in, my husband's anger and depression issues were gone until we took a trip to see my mom in North Carolina without our stuff, because who travels with their stuff? That's weird. And it all came back. No sleep, no pooping, anger, depression. And we realized we will never go anywhere again without it. 3 months in, I had lost 32 pounds. And my nephew, Bo, started speaking. He came into our house Christmas of 2008 and said, "Aunt Rachel, what a beautiful Christmas tree." I'm not talking, he learned to speak. It was like he'd been locked in a closet with the door closed and it had been open, and he came out and was able to interact with us. And so I don't know if this is for you or not. It radically changed my nephew's life. And because of that change, I kind of jumped on board and was like, I've got to figure out what this is. Why is he speaking? What happened? And so I dove in and did a large amount of research and wanted to find out, was it just Bo? And I'm just going to tell you, it wasn't just my nephew. And I decided I had to share it. I've been sharing it for 15 years. So welcome to Pure. This is what I looked like when I was healthy Rachel, who was doing all the expensive supplementation, getting no sleep. I was exercising. I couldn't lose weight. And 3 months later, I'd lost 32 pounds. My husband also lost a tremendous amount of weight. Physically, there was a radical change, but mentally, I told you that depression and anger issues disappearing was so huge for our marriage, so huge for our marriage. Bo is the little guy with the red hair on the left here. This is Bo just graduating from high school this past May, from the same high school I graduated from. We were told by the doctors that would never happen. I will tell you, I walked away from practicing medicine in December of 2019 because I have learned through 15 years of sharing this message that if you get your body working the way that God made it to work, it is very likely you don't need prescription medications. And so I am on a mission to spread this news as far and as wide as I possibly can. Most people are attracted to the health aspect of what we're sharing. Some people are attracted to the income side. The income has radically changed our lives. I was obviously looking for additional income. That's why we opened the construction company. It's why we opened the skincare retail store. I had read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I recognized that I was working 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., sometimes 9 p.m., and I was capped out to how much I could make as a PA. I recognized I was handcuffed to my job, and that if I didn't work, I didn't make money. Yet if I worked and made the money I was making, my boys called somebody else mom. So I was looking for a way to create residual income. I did not see this as a legitimate way to make income. In fact, when my CPA told me you can write off your investment, that first order that you placed for your company's health, your family's health, you can write that off. I was like, you can. Don't argue with the guy who sees everybody's bank accounts. How is this different from something that maybe your cousin or your brother or your mom is selling? First, I'm just going to put on my business hat. If you're going to start a business, you're going to get involved in a business of any kind, it needs to be for as much of the demographic as possible. What we have is for everybody with a body, every man, every woman, every child, even their dogs and cats. At some point or another, recognizes that what you put into this machine matters. It matters, and they go looking. So 100% of the people you come into contact with at some point or another are likely going to be customers of yours. That's a good business. We're a consumable product. I have friends who sell jewelry. I can only buy so many bracelets. I have friends who sell knives. I can only buy so many sets of knives. I have friends who sell Pampered Chef baking ware. That stuff lasts forever. Once you move through your friends, you're out of business. Now you're going cold contact, strangers. That's no fun at all, okay? What we have is a consumable product. When someone consumes it, it's gone. 28 days later, they need more. Here's the real key. Do they repurchase? See, what we found is when someone starts with our 30-day servicing, 100 people start with that package. 93 of them repurchase unsolicited at least two or three of our products going forward because of the results. See, I'm not here for what happens in the first 30 days, although I will tell you it's typically weight loss, better sleep, loads of energy, bowel habit improvement, less pain, and better mood. I'm here for the lab results that start to roll in around the third and fourth month that make your healthcare providers go, what are you doing? That's why we have multiple medical providers who now recommend this in their office over prescriptions. See, the other thing that makes us pretty powerful is we're not one of these new startup hype company. Oh, brand new ground floor, get in now. Those companies, 2% of them, 2 out of 100 make it past 5 years. We're 16 years old. We're past the scary point. We are positively income producing month after month after month. Less than 100,000 Americans even know we exist, and there's only about 10,000 Americans sharing it with others. We are fast. We are a fast, upward, momentous growth right now. Literally having new brand partners popping up all over the country right now because people are recognizing what we have is powerful. We've never done social media. We've really done person to person. I will tell you the business model is touted as one of the best for anyone to get started in as a small business on the side because of the low income, the low investment, the low overhead on a monthly basis. But also every American should have a small business on the side for the tax benefits. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is the book that I read that convinced me I needed to not just trade my hours for dollars as an employee. I needed to be a small business owner and hopefully eventually an investor, which I am now. And The Business of the 21st Century was the book he wrote in 2010. And here, when I read it, I was shocked to find out, oh my gosh, this business that I stumbled into at the end of 2008, thinking I was doing my brothers a favor, is the business of the 21st century. It is the business that Richard Branson and Tony Robbins say this is one of the best businesses to get started in. I will tell you firsthand, I make 5 times what I used to make as a PA, working a fifth of the time. I have friends, colleagues, team partners who make more here than they did in their full-time job. It is not a lottery ticket. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is work. But if you're willing to work consistently, and I often say 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week for a weekly check, you can create an additional income stream that pays you while you sleep. We teach you how to leverage your time. If you don't currently have something that pays you while you're sleeping, while you're on vacation, you need to find something. It might not be this, but I really want to encourage you, find something that will pay you when you're not working. Otherwise, you'll be working the rest of your life for somebody else. I was attracted to how it started in a clinical practice with doctors, with physicians, caring with their patients for 30 years before it turned into a company. And they chose to spread it by word of mouth only. They could have paid the marketing firms to put it in radio ads and commercials and billboards. They could have paid for shelf space at Whole Foods. They chose to just use that marketing money. That's all this is. They took their marketing money and they decided to give it to real people like you and me. Sometimes people will say, well, how come I can't just go to Whole Foods and buy it? I would never have found this if it was at Whole Foods. When I walk into Whole Foods and they hand me a flyer this is the calcium on sale today, I look at it and I throw it in the trash. I already know what I want when I walk into Whole Foods. I looked at this because my brothers begged me to look at it. That's why I looked at it. And that's probably why you looked at it. Somebody that you believe, like, trust, asked you to take a look at it. And that's why you're looking. I was able to walk away from my full-time income as a PA, a career that I spent $100,000 on as for my education. I walked away from that. It's given me time freedom. It's given me time with my boys this last 15 years, but my career as a PA did not give me. It gives freedom. So if you're looking for an additional income stream, what we have here is powerful. Now, I will tell you, 20 years of practicing medicine, 15 years of sharing this message, I believe that over 95% of the diseases and illnesses we face as a human race are the result of these three things. We are toxic. We are drinking out of plastic water bottles. We are eating food that has been stored in Tupperware plastic containers or Ziploc plastic bags. Our food is being sprayed by guys wearing hazmat suits. We are toxic. We're literally being poisoned. We're out of balance. We are not exercising enough. We are not sleeping enough. We are eating way too many acidic foods. What are acidic foods? Meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, bread, multiple books. The China Study, Chris Beat Cancer, The Truth About Cancer, all written, published, citing multiple hundreds of studies showing the importance of pouring plants into your body versus meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, and bread. How many plants did you put in your body in the last 24 hours? I'm going to show you how to put more plants in your body in 30 seconds in the morning than your whole neighborhood gets in a week. And are there results? You bet there's results. We are undernourished, prepackaged, processed, pasteurized foods. It's being passed on to our kids. And the studies have been showing it for over 5 years now. This is the Journal of Nutrition study showing that over half of our kids are not getting the nutrition they need. We're trying to supplement. We're trying. We don't travel with it. You can't tell when you take it. You can't tell when you don't take it. There's no changes in your lab results. If you're supplementing, good for you. But if you can't tell when you take it, you need to switch. We have a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. You cannot eat your way out of the situation. Since 2010, that's over a decade now, we've known you needed 8 oranges, 80 cups of spinach, 99 ears of corn, and 2 cups of wheat in 2010 to get the same nutrition our grandparents got from one of each of those things in 1960. That's bananas. We must be supplementing. The secret here is not just supplementing, but cleansing the toxins out of your 7 channels that you eliminate through. Think about taking your car in for its 10,000-mile servicing and then just pouring new oil on top of the old sludge oil, them not changing the air conditioning filter, them not changing the windshield wipers. These are all the things they have to do. They have to cleanse out the car. Then they put new oil, new windshield wiper fluid in. They put all the new stuff in. We have to cleanse our bodies out like that. We have one home for our soul, one. We have multiple phones throughout our lives. We have multiple houses, multiple roofs. Yet if the roof starts leaking, we're replacing it. The air conditioning breaks, we replace it. If our car needs new tires and brakes, we replace it. I'm going to teach you how to do a 30-day servicing for your one irreplaceable asset. It's less than $10 a day for 30 days with guaranteed results. We cleanse the 7 channels you eliminate through your lungs, your liver, your skin, your lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, and intestines. We balance out your pH by pouring plant-based nutrition, building your trillions of cells up with whole, raw food, plant-based nutrition. These are the doctors on our advisory panel. If you go see any of them in clinical practice, they recommend these products over prescriptions. The largest eye center in Tennessee is run by Dr. Tammy Jones. She has seen what happens to your eyes before Pure, behind the screen, and after Pure. Therefore, you can't get out of there without having Pure recommended to you. The biggest dentist office in Ponte Vedra Beach in Jacksonville, Florida, recommends the Core Plus, the 30-day servicing, to all of their patients because the mouth is the window to what's going on inside of your body, and she can see the changes. Many of our products from the physician's desk reference. I'm going to talk to you about the 30-day servicing. We have over 57 products in this company. They are all amazing. We have immune boosting seasonal products. We have a sports line. We have a metabolic reset, which we're going to be talking a lot about in January. But I like to talk about the 30-day servicing so that you don't get overwhelmed. It's 7 products that cleanse the 7 channels that you eliminate through and pour plant-based nutrition. And we've got omega-3s. We've got the most comprehensive liquid vitamin you will find on the planet. We've got our Goyen, which we call marriage counselor in a bottle because the mood boosting is so massive. Highest source of plant-based omega-3s you can find anywhere. The calcium is plant-based calcium, perfectly combined with magnesium, vitamin D, and vitamin K, and the sulfur decreases inflammation. If you're walking around with antibiotics, with over-the-counter prescriptions in your purse, maybe you've got Tums, maybe you've got Advil PM, Tylenol, or walking around with in your purse, you probably need to look at our Core Complete, which includes these beautiful super fruits here. Here again are the 6 things people typically notice within 30 days of starting on this system. Again, 93 out of 100 people repeat purchase, not everything, 2 to 3 products going forward because they could tell when they ran out of those. The Core Complete is made up of these super fruits that have been used for thousands of years in the areas where they're grown medicinally. For over 3 decades, they've been studied here in the United States. If you struggle with reflux, if you struggle with pain, inflammation, rheumatoid arthritis, mood issues, if you struggle with Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, any kind of bowel issues, any kind of reflux issues, any kind of circulation issues or diabetes or pre-diabetes, you need to get Core Complete starter package instead of the Core Plus. Okay. Seems like a lot, right? How do I get all this in my child's body every day? Well, my boys have been taking these products since they were toddlers. They're now 16 and 19. But we started out doing shots in our household every single morning. Did they pour them for themselves when they were this young? No. I had to get up in the morning and pour it for them, and they took it. Now they educate on it. My son has a TikTok page where he avidly sells the products. He's noticed in the gym as being one of the most muscular guys in the gym. We do smoothies now. My 16-year-old wakes up every morning. In fact, he just made a smoothie just now before I came up here and makes a smoothie every single morning. 30 seconds of nutrition. We have educational videos where we teach you how to get this into your body. If you have someone in your house looking to add muscle on, oh, you found the right place. Our sports line is tremendous. Both of my boys saw tremendous muscle gain. They're already healthy because they've been consuming the Core Plus products their whole lives. And then when they began to hit their teenage years, they both said, we're going to spend some time in the gym. They recognize the sports line. They both train on the sports line now. This is our smoothie that we make in our house every single morning. And this is one of the videos that we have on our website, purelifechangers.com, where you can go hear testimonies from real life people, hear the doctors educating on the products, learn more about each of the products, because I know I'm just giving you a little smidge of them today. Ask whoever invited you. I want to know more about that. Or maybe you're ready to get started. I want you to know there's a skincare line called Sensia. Right now, we've got a special where if you purchase our complete Sensia skincare line, you get this awesome leather travel bag for free. This is all about poreless skin, glass-like skin, translucent skin. It's straight from Korea, and it is all plant-based ingredients, all with the EWG certification, and the price point is phenomenal. You can get our entire skincare line for right at $200, and it's going to last you about 3.5 months. In 14 days, 90% of people see improvement in fine lines and wrinkles and dark spots, hyperpigmentation on their skin. So this is a fantastic time of year to get started with the Sensia skincare line. This is our, I call it TripAdvisor for Pure, Changing Lives with Pure page. Ask whoever invited you to add you to this page. Once you get added, you will see thousands of testimonies from people about all kinds of myriad of health issues, but you can use the little magnifying glass, the search box at the top to type something in. In this example, we did ADHD. You'll see hundreds of testimonies on ADHD, the kids talking about the results that they feel when they consume the products versus when they don't consume the products. And these are just customers who want to share their experience because they're so glad that they were told about it. Usually not even brand partners sharing their experience, customers. In the beginning, I wanted everybody to get started on the products because I saw such radical change in people's lives. Whether we're talking about cholesterol, blood pressure, migraines, anxiety, depression, when your body is rid of these issues, it can be life-changing. But what became very frustrating for me along the way was when someone could not afford a $289 30-day service fee. And I realized we have a massive money problem in this country. I am one of 7 children. I grew up in a house without money. And I realized at a young age that I wanted to never have struggle with money. So I worked 3 jobs from the age of 15 all the way through college, got into medical school, freaked out last minute, chose not to go there, chose to be a PA, whatever that is. Got out of PA school years later, graduated at the top of my class, got a phenomenal job, making phenomenal money, more than most physicians, but I was still trapped, guys. I was still trading my hours for dollars. And if I stopped working, I stopped making money. And so I started thinking like, did I do this wrong? And I will just tell you, it is wise to have a small business on the side. But if you go start looking at what small business options there are, I've seen multiple friends start franchises and fail at those franchises within 5 years. This is a small business that if you find the wrong company, you will fail within 5 years. 2% chance that you'll make it past 5 years. If you find the right company, you will succeed as long as you don't quit. I had no mentorship. I had no upline support. I had nobody training me on how to make this work. I just knew that my nephew was nonverbal and we were told he would never speak. Pure came into our lives and he began speaking. So when people would roll their eyes at me or whatever about this business, I'm like, I opened a skincare store. We started a construction company and we did this all in the same year. And the one that began paying our bills was this one. And this is the one we put the least amount of effort into. And I had no training. So what we're offering you when you choose to partner with us is training. You don't have to go through the same struggles that I did. I'm on a current mission to help 100 people lock in 10,000 a week of residual walk away income. I could go to New Zealand for the entire year of 2024. I will make more money in Pure in 2024 than I did in 2023 because of the work I've done the last 15 years. Do you have something like that right now? Consider partnering with us. Now, making a weekly check, 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, not difficult to do. We're going nowhere. The future is health and wellness. The future is online marketing, digital marketing, e-commerce. It is the best of the best. Now, if you're just interested in getting started, this is a great time to start, guys. We're at the beginning of December. This is the time when most people eat too much, drink too much. They're not feeling too great at the end of the year. Just get started. Get started and get these products in your body and see if you don't feel better at the end of the year. The family pack services the whole body, not just you, but your spouse, your kids. That's why I started with the family package. It also gives you the skincare line. It also gives you our skin defense, which I just used on the plane. I flew on 2 planes today, sprayed on my hands, killing all of the viruses and the bacteria all around. It gives you the colloidal silver. It gives you our sports line. It gives you our metabolic reset program. It gives you all the best of the best, all the eye supplements that Dr. Jones uses in her eye clinic, all in that family package. And you get it like about $1,500 worth of products for free in that package, okay? But maybe you just want to start with the Core Plus or the Core Complete. Throw it in your pack and go to checkout. It's going to ask you, do you want to be a preferred customer at checkout and get 25% off? Yes. This is like joining Costco or Amazon for free. The membership is free and there's no obligation to purchase again, although a 93% chance that you will. But if you're interested in becoming a brand partner, you're thinking of people you want to share this with, you are tired of being in debt every December and you're ready for a change, this should be something you seriously consider, partnering with us as a brand partner. Now, when you partner with us as a brand partner, you're going to get access to our training site, okay? If you choose to become a VIP with us with that family package, you're going to get access to our VIP site. We have an annual sales training this year. It's in Jacksonville. You will have invites to that, which I highly recommend. It's literally going for 1 weekend, learning everything you need to know in 1 weekend, walking out so sky high with confidence that you're ready to make big money fast. Meantime, we teach you how to do it on your own from your phone at home, okay? So you can do 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and then add this on at the end and watch what happens. You also have access to our leadership retreats with the VIP. This is literally 2 nights ago. We had 24 people with us in Asheville at a place called Horseshoe Farms. My brother had his drone and did a quick video of the area, what it looked like. Absolutely phenomenal. Twice a year, my husband and I invest into you, our team, people who've come in with that family package and say, yes, I want to build a big business. We train, we teach, we pray with you. It's our goal to help you achieve whatever goals you have set for yourself. And we do this by pouring back into you rather than taking our money and buying properties and buying boats and doing other things. We take our money and put it right back into you. So again, twice a year, only those who come in with the VIP packages are invited to come along with us on those trips. We have so many stories I could go through of people who radically changed their lives by partnering with us, plugging into the system, spending a minimum of 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Kristen and Skip took a look at this. Skip had done business with Phil Knight, who is one of our majority owners decades ago. He's the founder of the largest shoe company in the world. And within 9 weeks, they made $30,000. Kristen has more people on the trips to Greece. She has more people at the leadership retreat than anybody else. And it was just from saying yes. One of the first people she invited to take a look was her friend Cozy, whose husband had just died of cancer. She was raising their 4 kids by herself as a Pilates instructor. Cozy made a list, sat down and invited people to watch a presentation just like this and had made $32,000 in 12 weeks. David and Lindley did the same thing, sat down and called 50 people on a Sunday afternoon. 6 months later, they made $102,000. Does this happen for everyone? No, absolutely not. I don't know who you know. I don't know who's on that list of 50 people. I don't know if they like you. I don't know if you'll invite them the way we teach you to invite them. I don't know if you'll follow through and follow up and if you'll do the training that we've set aside for you on our training page. But these 3 couples did. This couple did as well. They were $30,000 in debt, paid that off in 5 weeks after they jumped in with our family package. There's 2 ways to make money here. One is just to become a vending machine, have customers. If you invite your friends and your family to take a look at the products and you have 20 customers who order 3 products every month, you'll make $1,000 a month. 10 customers ordering 3 products a month pays you $400 a month. I have people on my team who only build customer businesses that are making $3,000 and $4,000 a month because they have that many customers. If you're big on social media, excuse me, this is a great way for you to build. Those customers usually turn into brand partners though. And what I like to make sure that you understand is you could literally have teams across the world. We are in multiple different countries that are sharing it with the people they know while you sleep. You wake up, you've made an extra $500. You go to sleep, you wake up, you made an extra $1,000. And I like to think of it like vending machines. If you're just sharing with your customers, it's like you're a vending machine. Except instead of Pepsi and Cheetos and Oreos, you're literally sharing life with your friends and family. But what happens when you begin to build teams is you'll go to sleep with 2 vending machines and you'll wake up with 4. You'll go to sleep with 4 and you'll wake up with 8. And I love to address the elephant in the room. Isn't this a pyramid? Isn't this one of those things? What do you mean by that? You know, one of those things where the people at the top make all the money. That girl, Rachel, she's making all the money. You mean like your job? You mean like my job where I worked, where the doctor made the most, then the CFO, then the other doctors, then the PAs. We weren't allowed to make so much. The doctors, then the nurses and the secretaries. You mean like that? Yeah, it's the opposite of that. I make more than the people who told me and the people who told them and the people who told them. You can make more than me here. So I really think the scam is what I did. I went to school. I got good grades. I went to graduate school. I got good grades. I got a good job. I was locked into a $250,000 a year income. I could never make more than that, no matter how hard I worked. And if I wanted to take time off to do other things, money would be deducted from what was coming into our household. That's the scam. It started in a small business as soon as possible. Each of my children have positions in my businesses. I've been building up their savings account. So in this example, you see Pete and Sade, first 2 people that this person enrolls. They might not even do anything with the business. They might sit on it, just consume products for a couple months. Well, then Timothy goes in and then Femi goes in because you or whoever's at the top, in this example, Tune and Bose, put in these other people. Tune and Bose, by the way, are brand partners we have in Canada that are building their team. I made this example just for them. And so Timothy brings Israel on. Sade is going to benefit from Israel's orders. So in my example with my boys, I've been putting people on my boys' teams for 15 years. They have thousands. Both of them have hundreds of thousands of dollars in a savings account that when they decide, and my oldest one, 18 years old, 19 years old, already has decided, is already cashing in on the checks I've been building for him forever, for 15 years. So it's the opposite of a pyramid. Richard Branson and Tony Robbins have gone on record, billionaires, saying this is a great business model, but it's hard to find a good one. It's hard to find one that's over 10 years old that less than 100,000 people are sharing. What we have is a secret that will not be a secret much longer. Everyone is looking for something that really works. Everyone is looking for something to help this amazing body work the way it's made to work. We're looking for mouthpieces. Maybe it's you, maybe it's not you, but there is no cap to what you can make here. It's $49 to get started as a brand partner. Your monthly overhead is 3 products a month, about $130. You can't afford that, but Aunt Betty buys 3 products from you as one of your customers. That covers your monthly overhead. And then you can place your first order. Start wherever you want. You can start with the Core Plus and tack on the $49 brand partner. You totally can. I want to recommend, consider stretching yourself and starting with the family pack. You cannot emphasize enough the power of having access to all of the products. Once you begin to learn about them, you want the Immune 6, you want the Immune Plus, you want the Magic Plus, your Sports Line, you want all of them. And what I've seen over the years is people might start with the Core Plus or the Core Complete, and then they buy the Sports Line. And then they buy the Metabolic Reset. And then they buy the Seasonal Immunity Pack. And then they buy the Sensia Skincare. And now they've spent $4,000 of products that they could have gotten for $2,500, and they didn't have all the benefits that come with the family package. There's a lot of benefits that come with this package. $1,500 in free product. The membership fee is waived. Shipping is waived. You're set up to earn my Life Changer leadership retreats that happen twice a year. Qualifies you as a VIP on my team, which gives you access to our weekly Q&A calls only for VIPs. Okay, also has the option to have a private Zoom like this scheduled for you with a black diamond on our team that you get a recording of to share with your team rather than doing the generic one on Monday nights. So much potential to that larger package. I want to recommend, get yourself a little uncomfortable. Stretch yourself a little bit. There's a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Livepeer.com is where you start, guys. Core Plus, Core Complete, Family Pack, throw it in, check out brand partner on the way out, choose the name of the person who invited you. These are over 40 people we helped earn the trip to the Amalfi Coast of Italy last year. This is over 50 people we helped earn the trip to Mykonos in Greece this past, which was just 3 or 4 months ago. This is the hotel we stayed at. George Clooney was there 5 days before us. This is a part of our team out at the pool. Pure does it big. 5-star luxury trips. $20,000 to $25,000 spent per couple. This is where we're going next. Switzerland in September. Do you like to travel? Do you like to travel for free? When was the last time you and your spouse went on a trip for free and your children didn't come along? Now you might be like, I don't want to travel without my children. I'm going to tell you, being married 26 years, it's important to travel without your children every once in a while. It's important for you to have some time with that person that you chose before the kids came into the picture, because guess what? When the kids are gone, you're back with that person. And to have it paid for, it's like a honeymoon every year. It's phenomenal. But I can promise you this, if you don't change, nothing changes. So go back to purelifechangers.com. Get back to the person who invited you to take a look. Let them know where you're at. You know, if it's not for you, it's not for you. No problem. But I would ask you, I'm serious. I would ask you this question, like, what of it isn't for you? Is it not important to you to have an additional stream of income? Is it not important for you to have your body working the way that it's supposed to work without concern about your future, whatever the genetic pipeline is bringing down towards you, whatever hit your parents, your grandparents, it's coming to you faster than it hit them. It just is, because of the toxins in the air and the lack of nutrition, the lack of exercise. So is that important to you? At the very least, get started as a customer. 30-day satisfaction guarantee. But if you're ready for a change, you're sick of being in debt, you know you're meant for more, you know you're meant to change lives, you know you're meant to impact others, you know you're not meant to be in debt, get started as a brand partner. I'm going to stay on for just a minute and answer some questions. We're in a lot of different locations, so I'm going to try to catch all the social media sites as well. If you're watching the recording, I hope we hear from you. I hope we see you at our upcoming event, Pure Fire, in February in Jacksonville. Okay, so the recording is done. There's actually a lot of people on tonight. So if you have questions, there's a little Q&A button down at the bottom. All right. You are welcome to ask whatever questions you have there. If you're watching me on Facebook, I'm going to try to catch your questions on the Facebook page, although I can't make any promises because it's in like literally 5 different Facebook pages right now. But if you have a question, here's one. I'm not very good at sales. Yeah, we hear this so often, but let me ask you, the person who invited you, are they speaking tonight? I'm speaking. I'm doing the work. All they had to do was invite you. So if you can invite somebody to take a look and you can plug them into our Changing Lives with Pure page and you can follow up with them and see where they're at. You don't have to answer their questions when you follow up. We give you access to our top leaders so that they can answer the questions for you. So if you can do all of those things, you can do this. And we teach you how to do it. It's all online, like online training. We don't even want you inviting anybody until you get trained. And that training takes 3-4 days of 30 minutes a day, and then you're off ready to start inviting. And you might say, I'm not ready to invite till after Christmas. Fine, we're going to have some massive things happening the week after Christmas, because that's when everybody wants to lose weight and feel better and set their finances straight, right? So that's fine. But now is a really great time to get started. I can't recommend that enough. Someone's saying I don't have enough time. Yeah, I did not have time at all. And I'm so glad I didn't let that keep me from doing this. I literally made a call a day every day on the way to work. I knew my nephew's life had been changed. And I didn't know if it was for them, because we don't walk around with signs that say, I'm $500, behind on my payments this month, and they're going to take my car away, or I have to buy my 16-year-old a car next month and we have no money, or my son got into an out-of-state college and we don't know how we're going to pay for it, or whatever. I haven't pooped in 5 days. My son is struggling with depression. We don't tell people these things. So we don't know who needs it. So I've learned over the years, just invite everybody. just gonna invite everybody. I don't know if it's for you. I don't know if it's not for you. I don't know if it's for you. I don't know, but you got to take a look at this. Maybe it's for you. Maybe it's not. You'll know within 15 minutes. That's the invite. We teach you how to invite. It's really not difficult. You just have to be uncomfortable enough in the position that you're in right now that you want to change. You want to change your health. You want to change your wealth. And this is real. I'll just tell you, it's really hard to find something legit and real that not everybody knows about already. Nobody knows about this, and it's real. So get back to the person who invited you. I think that's all the questions. Thank you so much for joining us. I will be live again next Monday night. And I hope that by then you are a brand partner with us and starting to invite people to take a look.